That's not. Welcome back to Hot Take Sports, episode 167. I'm here with Cody Kessler, Patriots legend, uh, and that other orange team he played for. So yeah, it's just me and Cody Kessler today. Cody, that helmet barely fits on your head, man. What's going on?
I know, right?
I don't even know how you got your head in that.
Talent. Telling you no. Greatest Patriots quarterback of all time.
Yeah, where does that put you on the Browns list?
Dead last.
Is that like, are you like a middle of the pack in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I would say so.
Are you a header behind Jacksonville Mac Jones? Now, Jacksonville Mac Jones has won 2 games.
True. Very true.
I don't even know if you played for Jacksonville, Cody. I'm lost. I don't even.
I don't know
I
at
think you
this point.
did.
I think I did.
Either way, you were always bad, terrible, and somehow had a job. Anyway, um, uh, this is horrid podcasting, by the way. This is like I think this is our third ever episode where it's just been you and I. Obviously, one with the locos and one regular. This being the second of that. So now real talk. Isaac, how are you doing?
Good. I'd do it. It was a good bit.
I just can't believe you wore a Patriots helmet for that long. Like your hair is already red, but it might have lit on fire any longer.
You're probably right.
Speaking of lit on fire, we are down to we are approaching the end of week 17 of the NFL regular season. Patriots and Browns,
Fighting,
hot garbage.
fighting for the one pick.
Oh no, honey, the Patriots control their own destiny for the number one pick.
You're right, but you also probably play Buffalo without Josh Allen.
Yeah, we might be playing without Drake May just for fun.
True. And it's Jacoby Brissett against Mitch
Or
Trubisky.
or it's your favorite quarterback who has not been active for a single game all year.
Really?
There's rumors he might be active. The great and powerful Joe Milton. I would love to see Joe Milton go out there personally.
I think that would be fun for week 18. I might have to
I
watch
want to
that game
shoot.
just for that.
I want to shoot Jacoby Brissett deep into the snowy mountains of Moscow, and
Can I?
I want Drake May to live. Oh, the computer's not plugged in. Okay, I think we're good now.
Yes.
But yeah, Joe Milton could just be active. I personally would prefer we sit Drake May as much as I love watching him play football. He had a really bad hit to the head last week after come out of the game, be evaluated for concussion, which would have been his second of the season, which is
Tua?
really not ideal, by the way.
We don't need another Tua.
No, we do not. Especially now when Drake May is better.
Yeah, I would agree.
Um, but I'm fully rooting for Joe Milton and Bailey Zappi to start in week 18 for our football teams.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
Where did Drake May go to college?
North Carolina.
Who coaches them now?
I promise you, you're the last person to this party.
I know, but it's still we still haven't brought it on pod, so
I mean, yeah, like it. We didn't record last week.
true.
Um, I'm glad you figured that out on your own, though, honey. I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much.
But yeah, Patriots or Browns bad, Patriots worse. Clayton predicted before the season that we would end up with the number one pick. I was a firm believer that the Giants would get the number one pick,
And
and Drew Lock flipped a massive double bird to the New York Giants fan.
and to my fantasy team,
Yes, to your fantasy team as well.
which
Uh,
we will talk about next week because I'm currently depressed, and maybe Monday Night Football can help me with that.
you'll be fine. Goff and St. Brown can easily go for 80.
Jared Goff.
All right, you're
Jared
banned.
Goff.
You're banned. Anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about now. Oh, yeah, the Giants put up a 40-point win,
Yep.
beat the Colts 42-33 to eliminate the Colts and take themselves out of number one pick. I think they're at 6 now,
I thought
which is
fourth.
just
They're fourth.
awful. Let me look.
I can get it quick. You keep talking.
Well, no, because I need it for what I'm going to bring up anyway.
Oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, right now the Patriots control their own destiny for the number one pick. The Titans are number two,
Browns are three.
Browns three, the Giants are four, Jacksonville is five, Carolina six, the Jets seven, the Raiders eight, Bears nine, and the Saints are 10. The only one that's not locked into a top 10 pick there is the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's because San Francisco is currently 11 and they haven't played yet. They play the Lions tonight on Monday Night Football. Um, but what I wanted to bring up, so obviously the Patriots, I think if they do end up finishing with the number one pick, I think they should absolutely trade out, get more number ones and build towards the future because realistically, we should be trading back anyway to take a tackle.
What pick would you trade back to? Let's play it. Let's
Um,
play what you so you want them to trade back.
so realistically, so the Giants tried to trade up with us last year for Drake May.
Uh-huh.
So now this year, I think after all those talks last year, and I mean, Shitter literally wore New York Giants cleats.
Right.
Like I think the Giants moving up from 4 to 1 isn't out of the question.
So you saying you get four.
Yes. So I'm saying we trade back to four. Pick up either three number ones plus or two number ones, like a second or two plus. I want I want enough to where we will be set up long term. We
Uh,
can't really like the
okay.
Giants don't have the team to like make the trade that we saw with the Bears and Panthers. They don't have like a DJ Moore to trade.
What they do, but they won't trade him.
No. Well, yeah, like they're not trading Malik Neighbors. They're
But
trying to pair a guy like Shitter with Malik Neighbors.
let me throw this out for you. Would you take the number four pick, their second round pick, and third round pick with another second?
No, I want at least two number ones minimum.
You want two number
Like
ones minimum.
two number ones plus minimum. Like
Does the one have to be for next year?
I
Or could it be the
so
year after?
I for sure would want the fourth pick, their number one next year, and at minimum their second either this year or next year. Preferably this year, and then more like day threes or whatever.
Okay. Would
I would personally prefer number three or three number ones. That also just depends on how high they are on like shitter.
okay, but what if you trade the one, trade back the four, then you go, all right, who wants the fourth pick, and you trade back even more?
Oh no. I've thought about that too. But even then, still you get as much as you physically can for the number one pick. And then if you still think you can trade back more, that's fine. Go ahead. Just I want to be getting as many assets as possible to make this team as good as possible, as fast as possible.
So you
Because realistically, we need two franchise tackles. We realistically need four offensive linemen, at least one, maybe two wide receivers, a younger tight end because Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper aren't going to work forever. And even then, our defense is awful. That might be more of coaching because we didn't really have a whole lot of defensive turnover from last year, which is why them being so awful was just really surprising.
yeah.
But you have a guy. You have to build around him. Like Drake May could be really good. Oh, actually, we did running back too. I love Ramondre, but he sucks.
So you're
Seven fumbles. Seven.
so okay. Moving on to your dream free agencies. I know T. Higgins is up there for you.
Oh, I am. We have like $115 million in cap space. If we do not literally just give T Higgins a blank check, oh, you do not want to. You will not want to see the next episode.
Oh, that episode when it comes out.
We need to give T Higgins a blank check. I do not care. We need to realistically. I would rather pay a guard than try to draft a guard because we can have Onwenu play right guard. We already paid him. We have him for another 3 years. David Andrews wants to play again, so bring him back on a 1 year. He's been the captain for a while.
Okay.
So if you pay a veteran left guard, We already have Caden Wallace, who, when he's playing right tackle, could be good. He's on a rookie contract. Like, it's multiple Clay, but we need a franchise left tackle. I want the tackle out of Texas, Kelvin Banks,
Okay.
which is why I want to trade back. We could take any wide receiver under the sun. We could take Travis Hunter. We're still going to be terrible. It's you've seen the meme where it's like a quarterback throwing to the wide receiver or throwing to any wide receiver with a tackle or laying on their back try incomplete to a good wide receiver. That would be the Patriots if they took a wide receiver in the first round. We need a class talent like that, but we need a franchise left tackle first, which is why I want them to pay T Higgins a class wide receiver, and then draft Kelvin Banks or Will Campbell. Draft a big, sturdy, franchise capable left tackle. Get Drake May blindside protector, and everything automatically just everything will start falling into place too.
Okay.
You have to be smart and spend on the right people. The problem is our talent evaluators are morons for the most part.
Welcome to my franchise.
Oh, I'm aware. But your franchise has also had some really good talent, especially recently. It just hasn't ever come together. It's
Yeah.
all come and gone at the wrong time.
My big problem with the Browns right now, since we've kind of switched over, is Andrew Berry's draft style. Granted, I know he hasn't had a one,
Yeah,
but
it's hard.
his third round picks have been mid.
Oh, but anything after the second round, it's hard to be like, yeah, you're gonna get a guaranteed
Right.
stud.
But even our second was Delpit.
Delpit was a second round. Delpit should have been gone in the first round though. I will give him Delpit. Delpit might have just not turned out as good as
Delpit.
he was supposed to be, but he was supposed to be a first round pick.
We have a second? No, we didn't have a second last year. That was Elijah Moore, technically, because we traded our second.
No, it's not like Elijah Moore's terrible. He's just not great.
Uh, Elijah Moore would be fine if we actually had, like I don't. Jameis is he throws picks.
Let's.
I want a Jameis style quarterback without the
I'm
picks.
gonna. I'm gonna. I'm gonna tell you something. It might be revolutionary. If the Browns had Drake May, they'd probably be in the playoffs.
I think we'd be competing for our division if we have Drake May.
If the Browns had Drake May, they'd be in the playoffs.
Yes, competing for the
Because
division.
your problem is the quarterback. My problem is everything else.
Our problems right now are quarterback, which I would love Sanders because I think he is the most pro ready quarterback. But I don't know. The stuff with Cam Ward right now, I'm just iffy on it because of the bowl game.
Well, but bowl games don't always mean everything, though.
I know, but
I mean,
he's
didn't North Carolina suffer? So didn't North Carolina lose to App State last year?
not what I was getting at. That I thought like him benching himself or something like that.
Oh, I don't even know. What was the score? What was the score?
I don't. It was close. It was a close game at halftime, and he sat down. I want to know if that was the coach's decision, saying, "Hey, I know you're going to the draft. Well, I know you probably want this record, so I will play you for a half." I mean, that would be fine with me. But if he just sat himself down and quit on his team, I don't want that guy in the locker room.
Well, well, all that makes sense too. Which I'm gonna get up to my counterpoint because let me go back and look. So at minimum for the top three teams, technically four because the Giants will be lumped in here. I have game plans. So we've already kind of dove into the Patriots a little bit. Trade back with the Giants. What the Giants take Shadur, uh, get Kelvin Banks, sign T Higgins, do all that.
Before you get into that, but I also could see us just blowing it completely up. Completely. That would involve trading Garrett, trading uh Denzel, Probably trading Grant Delpit. Probably trading JOK if he's healthy enough.
I just think that that's hard to stomach though.
It. I don't. A lot of Browns fans would not watch the team anymore.
All the Browns fans already have stopped watching the team.
Well, you're not wrong, but like, would just be done with football.
I know, but well, and I'm gonna dive into that a little bit too. Because obviously the Browns need to show their veterans that they still want to win games.
Joe Batonio threatened retirement if they
Oh,
don't become a plan.
no, I saw that.
Miles Garrett threatened to request a trade.
No, I've seen all this, and exactly why I've been sitting here thinking about it the last couple of days, just for this exact podcast.
I don't want them to trade Garrett. I mean, Batonio, I would get why you would retire because he's up there in age and he
Yeah.
doesn't want to go to another team. Um, but this all comes back to two people:
Oh no.
Deshaun Watson and the owner. If
Oh,
if
we're not letting Andrew Berry escape this either. So make it three.
Okay, three people and Andrew Barry, because Kevin Stefanski knows what he's doing with a quarterback.
Yeah,
Look at Joe Flacco,
Baker.
Baker.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, Baker. I still say this to the day. If Baker didn't play through his injuries, he would be a Cleveland Brown right now.
I'm well, I like I'm willing to believe that. I am because I've always liked what I've seen in Baker, especially his attitude.
Baker has been balling out for Tampa,
Yeah.
and I might have hated him when he left because of those injuries, because he wasn't playing good at all. He should have just sat down, let his shoulder heal, and then come back.
But see, but there's the issue though. Is he would have been out the entire season.
I understand that, but sometimes that's what you need to do.
Yes,
He looked
but
selfish at that point, but I know he was trying to help the team.
he's trying to help the team win instead of go 4-13 with Case Keenum.
I understand that, but I still, but I don't know.
It's just all hard because the end of Baker's tenure was soured with OBJ.
Yep,
Landry fell off a cliff.
yep.
None of the wide receiver draft picks were hitting. Baker had no one but Nick Chubb, really, that was actually being helpful.
This
Like, yeah, he had OBJ, he had end of the line Jarvis Landry, but
I'm gonna say one more thing about this. If Baker was still on this team right now, I think he could win MVP.
well,
I
you guys
think
wouldn't have traded Amari Cooper, that's for sure.
no,
You wouldn't have had a need to.
no.
You'd still be good.
I think we would. He would have won MVP. We would have won the division, and I think we would have went far in the playoffs.
I don't know about win the
It took me
division.
so long to realize that, but after seeing DTR throw a just go, here you go, Dolphins, right to them. I want Bailey Zappi this week.
Dude, I'm here for it.
I'm totally
Are
here
you
for
are
it.
you finally out on DTR?
I'm out.
You're finally
Gone.
out.
I'm
You're
over.
finally out.
That Dolphins game convinced me.
Good.
He's a
You're only 3 weeks too
god
late.
awful quarterback. Clayton, I should have listened to you sooner again. You can send me on next podcast.
Oh, this is gonna be a beautiful episode. To see what happens with just the two of us, wonderful things happen. Logic comes to the top of the water. The bodies start to float. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Or anyway,
Yes. DTR needs to go. Deshaun Watson needs to be cut, but he's not getting cut because he restructured his
dude, that
contract.
restructure is so confusing.
It is.
I just
It's
none of
like
it makes sense.
well,
Because like does his contract technically expire after 2026? But like they're like spreading out like the post contract cap hit. I got
there I
none of it makes any sense.
what I got out of it is they're trying to get more money for next year to be more
Yes,
competitive.
that's kind of what I've been seeing too.
And another, I might as well keep going because we talked
Yeah,
about QBs. Our two options are, I guess, three options next year could be Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah, you're getting ahead of
and
me
Kirk
here.
Cousins.
You're getting ahead of me because I was going to get to this eventually as we worked our way down the draft board.
Our quarterback room could be Deshaun Watson, Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, or Aaron Rodgers. That could be our quarterback room next year.
I'm glad that you have gotten to this because I wanted to come back to this, but I need to talk about the team currently between us because that is the team I've really been thinking about.
Okay,
Okay.
I will
No,
shut
no,
up for right
no,
now.
you're okay. We were coming back to the Browns. That is for
Yes,
certain.
we will be back after we talk about this middle team.
Yes. So we were talking about the Patriots. Um, you know, so in this scenario, Patriots trade back to 4. Giants take Shadur Sanders. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock. Are they taking quarterback? Will they take Travis Hunter? Who are they gonna take?
They technically
Well,
the two pick right now, right?
yes, they do. Well, in this scenario, they take Travis Hunter to either A, become a stud wide receiver one, potentially, or B, have another stud corner, which they already have 2 or 3 of them. Because
They don't need a corner.
no. So you take Travis Hunter to play wide receiver, pair him with Calvin Ridley, and touchdown machine in the slot, Nick Westbrook-Akine.
Like,
And I think they have another year or 2 of Tyler Boyd. So like
yes.
that's a fairly solid wide receiver room.
And you can
But
find a
that,
quarterback.
that, that, that's exactly where I'm going. They have $65 million in cap space. You know what quarterback's going to be a free agent looking for a multi-year deal, Isaac? Looking for a team that has weapons, is only missing a quarterback, and could potentially go on a run to win their division,
If
who is currently sitting in front of an injured rookie quarterback?
if the Vikings somehow don't sign Sam Darnold,
They're not going to sign Sam Darnold.
perfect fit.
Exactly. Sam Darnold to the Titans makes so much sense. Give him 4 and 160. Give him 40 million a year. He's 28. So you're running him for 4 years, $40 million. That's good. He's proven that what he learned from sitting behind Brock Purdy 2 years ago.
And the Vikings coaching staff.
Yes. Well, but what? No. Well, he proved that what he learned in San Francisco carries over.
Yeah.
Because San Francisco now obviously not entirely the same offense, but they had sitting weapons ready to go. McCaffrey, Ayuk, Debo,
And he
and Kittle is. I mean, that's
and
Jennings,
Darnold,
Addison,
James,
Hawk, Aaron
yeah,
Jones. I mean, like Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears. It's a solid running back
good
duo.
backfield to work with.
Travis Hunter and Calvin Ridley would
Good
be
wide
a
receiver.
good wide receiver pair. Chica Conco is not like a great tight end, but he could be.
They could
He has
draft
potential.
one.
He's 25. He could be good.
They could also draft one.
Exactly.
There's a couple good tight ends in this draft.
If you put Sam Darnold in the Tennessee Titans offense and you draft Travis Hunter to play wide receiver, like
Could be
that's
good.
actually a really good setup. And you're competing with CJ Stroud for the AFC South right away.
You should be, yeah.
Because Trevor Lawrence doesn't look sustainable.
Not right now, Matt.
The Colts can barely keep their team motivated to even show up.
Yeah.
And CJ Stroud kind of fell off a little bit this year. Obviously, you have sophomore slump. That happens a lot.
He's also had some offensive line injuries, so he hasn't really.
He's had a ton of injuries. Diggs got hurt.
Yeah.
Dell got hurt again. Nico missed half the season.
There's some missing pieces in the Texans offense. But I think the Texans will be back next year and they'll be just fine.
Yeah.
But you would still compete for your division.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you can go out, you can add secondary pieces. Like you can add more pieces to the draft. But like that team has won games with Mason Rudolph and Will Levis. Imagine if they had Sam Darnold. Just plug and play. Just go.
Mm-hmm.
They already have a strong young left tackle. Like JC Latham he's a good
I'm
young
going to
tackle.
say one thing about Titans when we finish up with that.
Yep.
They have a great offensive line coach.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm going for.
Any offensive lineman with good skill, that line will be good for them.
Yes,
Moving on.
exactly. No, you're exactly right. And then to the Browns. So Shitter Travis Hunter off the board, just as the media would love to see. Um, for me,
Can I? I'm gonna cut.
yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
The two things. If the Cam Ward thing is true about him benching himself, don't take him trade back. That's
I can see that.
that's my opinion on it.
But for me, I want the Browns in a way to prove that they're still going to be try to be competitive next year. I want them to take the Russell Wilson road.
I do too.
Sign, just bring in Kirk Cousins for the minimum for 1 year and draft Kim Ward to sit behind him and learn how not only how to be a good quarterback, but how to be a pro. Because even if what we were talking about with the benching during the bowl game is true, learning from a guy like Kirk Cousins could change it. Any young raw talent is moldable. It just depends on the culture and who's in the room. Because I mean, if you're gonna stick Cam Ward with Ryan Leaf, Johnny Football, there's no development. But if you stick him with Kirk Cousins, I mean, or even oh, I had another good example too. I mean, look at what Marcus Mariota's done for Jane Daniels.
Yeah.
Like having a mentor
N-
is really good.
Another way I could see us trading back and then bringing Justin Fields because he's a free agent too.
I just but to me, Justin Fields does not make the Browns more competitive.
Really?
Yeah, he showed flashes with the Bears, sure. He was 4-2 at the start with the Steelers. That was only 6 games in a Mike Tomlin coach team. One of the games they won by only kicking field goals.
That is true, but you've seen what Stefanski's been doing with quarterbacks other than DTR, Deshaun Watson. Look at Flacco,
Okay.
um, Baker.
Wait, pause. Did you see DTR?
I said not DTR and not
Okay.
Deshaun Watson.
But also, what you have to realize
Another thing I want.
is the most mobile quarterback out of everyone you just named is Deshaun Watson. Justin Fields benefits more from a dual threat style of offense, which is why he was good in Pittsburgh.
True, and they have
Because Russell Wilson and Justin Fields realistically have the same play style. Or Russell Wilson just throws the ball a little better because
yeah,
he's a veteran.
yeah,
Justin Fields plays a lot like Cam Newton did back in the day.
a little bit,
He's
yeah,
either running or he is throwing. There is no difference. You can't cross the two.
yeah.
Let's look at this. He beat the okay. So the games Justin Fields played, they beat the Falcons 18-10. Chris Boswell 6 field goals. They beat the Broncos 13-6. Uh, he had one touchdown pass. That was in the first quarter. Beat the Chargers 20-10. Rushing touchdown. Okay, he had a 55-yard touchdown pass in the fourth quarter. Okay, that's one real impressive touchdown. Loss of the Colts 27-24. Rushing touchdown, 8-yard pass to Fryermuth for a touchdown. And more field goals by Chris Boswell. Week 5, lost to Dallas 20-17. He actually had 2 passing touchdowns that game. Week 6, they torched the Raiders. But again, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. He didn't throw any touchdowns.
Yeah.
He didn't even have 150 passing yards. They won 32-13, and he had 145 passing yards.
Cool.
Didn't throw a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were 4-2. Were they? Was Fields actually as good as people are making it out to be? Otherwise, Russell Wilson would still be playing because the Steelers have been diving off the cliff.
They have been, but they always do at this time of year, though.
Well, and I know that's also true too. But if they thought Justin Fields was the best chance they had at being competitive, he'd be out there.
Um,
So how is that any different than from 35-year-old Russell Wilson to 35-year-old Kirk Cousins?
yeah,
Don't get me wrong. I think seeing Justin Fields in a Browns uniform would be really cool, especially for Ohio State to Cleveland. Like all of the stuff around it would be cool, but it's a lateral move. Literally does not move the needle at all.
I would. I don't know. Another thing I would be Justin Fields, a rookie, and then a Kirk Cousins would could be nice too. But we don't have money.
But having Cousins, Fields, and a rookie makes no sense.
True.
Having two of the three, sure, but you're not gonna have all three. And if you're drafting a rookie, you're not saying Justin Fields because Justin Fields should not be mentoring a rookie. Justin Fields should be the one being mentored.
Another
Still,
another thing I want us to do is go back to the Smansky offense, please. That's
yeah.
what made quarterbacks good.
Well, think about it this way. I mean, the Browns use their second round pick on a wide receiver, slot him right in. Like you guys could have a good wide receiver. I mean, your
I,
wide receiver is already fairly talented.
I don't think we need a wide receiver.
Oh, I guess you guys
I
did pick
mean,
Jerry Judy though.
we do need a wide
It's
receiver,
like,
but we don't at the same time. What I want is a running back.
yes,
Jerome Ford is meh. We need another Nick Chubb's on the downhill of his career, sadly, but he is. Let's be honest. Would I be mad if we stayed at three? And let's say two quarterbacks go. Is a real possible chance. If you're the Browns, do you take Adam Ginty?
not
It
at three.
even if two quarterbacks go,
No, if you're gonna take Gentry, you gotta trade back.
and I think we would at that point.
Yeah, no, you trade back. See if somebody's desperate. If somebody's desperate enough to trade up for Travis Hunter, you take it.
Yeah, fair.
Um, but hear me out. So Browns, Kirk Cousins on the minimum. Take Cam Ward at three. Second round comes around. Cam Scattaboo, running back from Arizona State,
I would like
is
that.
just sitting there.
I would like that.
You absolutely hammer that.
Oh yeah, I would. He reminds me of Nick Chubb, kind of.
Which is exactly why I'm taking him.
And then give Nick Chubb to mentor
He-
him. You
which
bring
is exactly why
you
I'm taking
bring
him.
Nick Chubb back to mentor him.
Now you've got it.
Yeah, I would be fine with that.
Now you've got it. If you have a running back room next year of Chubb, Ford, and Scattaboo, you're fine. You're
That's
good.
fine. Yeah, it's
Because
fine.
yeah, like obviously Chubb's gonna want to play. And Ford probably becomes the third string there. Chubb is there to mentor Scattaboo. Cousins is there to mentor Cam Ward. You have Jerry Judy and Seti Tills. I think Elijah Moore is a free agent.
He
You
is.
can always bring him back. You could always draft one in one of the later rounds. Like
Mm-hmm.
Njoku's there.
You need
You just need quarterback.
another tight end would be nice in the draft too.
Yeah, like and there's always supplemental pieces that'll be nice.
Right.
But you just need quarterback.
Yes. A
If you have Kirk
quarterback,
Cousins and Cam Ward, quarterback, Chubb and Scattaboo at running back,
I would like
you
that a
will be
lot.
set again. The Browns could compete very quickly. Deshaun or no Deshaun. Because Cam Ward and Scattaboo will both be on rookie contracts. Chubb will probably take a team friendly deal
He
to come
will.
back.
He will. I hopefully.
And then you're just going. You are building the offense brick by brick. You just gotta make sure your O line stays healthy and wants to be on the field, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Because the last 2 weeks doesn't look like they want to be on the field.
No, no. The teams at the bottom of the draft, nobody wants to be on the field. Nobody.
No.
But no, I mean,
Yeah, I would like that.
yeah, like, because I think Cousins can fix attitude problems. Obviously, we've seen like 3 games out of Michael Penix, but he looks legit. And he
Yeah.
sat behind Kirk Cousins for what, 10 games?
Mm-hmm.
12? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Heck, even if you brought back Jacoby Brissett, like,
I wouldn't be mad about it.
he's on my bad list, but
I
he he's
I
he's good
watched
enough
Jacoby
mentor.
Brissett play.
He's a good enough mentor, and you've
And
seen it before.
mm-hmm.
So you already know what you're getting.
You look at him with Drake May this year.
Exactly. I hate him. I hate watching him step foot on my field,
But
but
he's a good
he's a
mentor.
good mentor.
No.
I'm just ready to watch Shitter flop in New York anyway.
Yeah, because I think that could happen.
They just said he was the most pro-ready quarterback.
I think he is, though.
I do think Shitter to Malik Neighbors would be a good combo. They gotta figure something out. I think Tyrone Tracy's a guy there for them.
Yep.
Um,
The Giants, be completely honest, they're not that far away. They have a good defensive core.
yeah, I mean,
I
I
mean,
realistically they could
they
do it.
need some offensive linemen, but you can fix that. They have if they get the quarterback they in Shador, I think they'll be fine. They have good enough wide receivers to compete. Neighbors is going to be a beast.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if you get them Shadur, a better like at minimum better tackles and a good wide receiver too, they have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, that defense should be way better than how it's played all year.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brian Burns is actually like that. That's a better defense than they should be letting on at all. Like the
Well,
fact that teams have torched them on the ground game is absurd to me. Because that front seven should be really good.
the Giants, I believe, are close to being good.
We don't agree often, but like if Shedeur actually does pan out in the pros and the Giants end up with him, I think they could be back to being decent in the next couple of years. I'm not gonna come out and say that rookie Shedeur is going to make the Giants good because I don't think Shedder's all that right. But if he is,
I think
sweet.
he's the most
Great.
pro ready out of this draft.
And that's the thing. That's the one hard part about all of this is the available quarterbacks.
Not a strong
It's
draft
top
class.
heavy and it's a super weak class.
Yes.
Which honestly, like if the Browns did just trade back instead of draft a quarterback, I wouldn't even be that upset. I'm not a Browns fan, obviously, so I probably wouldn't be upset anyway.
I wouldn't be upset.
But think about it this way.
I would be fine. I would be fine. Honestly, I'm gonna be real here. I honestly would be fine if you go to Garrett and go, hey, we want to take one more season. Because next draft class, Arch Manning.
Well, it's not even that.
Arch Manning.
Look at
So I would go to Garrett and go, all right, we have Deshaun Watson's contract this year for sure. We have to have him. So are you okay with us going, we'll be we'll be competitive if we are competitive for some reason. But are you
AKA you sign Kirk Cousins.
yeah. Or we could just go, oh look, here's Arch Manning. We'll trade up for him if we have to.
Well, it's not even just that. So realistically, okay, you sign Kirk Cousins, you decide you're gonna trade out and
And
guarantee someone either one of the top two quarterbacks or Travis Hunter.
mm-hmm.
You trade out, sign Kirk Cousins. Even then, like as long as you spend your money, well, the little money you have,
Yep.
as long as you spend it wisely and draft intelligently with the picks you do use, you could easily at minimum compete for a wild card spot with Kirk Cousins, as long as he's healthy.
Yes.
So
So
then,
I guess my dream scenario is us trading back, signing Kirk Cousins, trying to be competitive, maybe trade a couple picks this year to get assets for next year to trade up.
well, then that's what I'm saying. You trade back from three, then use what you get to trade up. Because next year, if you don't get Arch Manning, you'll get Drew Aller.
Which he's from that area,
And
which I would
yes,
like.
Drew Aller was also going to be the higher ranked for this draft class than Shedeur anyway. Because all of a sudden, down the stretch, Drew Aller's kind of started to trickle ahead of Shedeur on a lot of draft boards. Then he said he's going back to Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
So now, next year, well, and even then, Quinn Ewers might stay in college for that year.
He would
And a
have to.
lot of scouts are saying that Quinn Ewers will be better next year if he stays in college for another year. So if Ewers still looks
Uh,
good,
so my next question is, can he still transfer after the bowl games?
yeah, no,
Okay.
he still has another year of eligibility.
I know. I didn't
He
know
can he
when
can
the
transfer
transfer
again.
window was
Yeah.
when you were allowed and weren't.
Oh, I think they try. You're supposed to wait till after your team's out. I think, but
Okay.
I don't know how any of it works. The Boise State
Okay.
coach was complaining about it earlier.
Right.
But odds are
I
pretty good. Ewers is going to transfer out. Arch is going to take the job.
right.
And a lot of people are saying that Ewers will benefit from playing his senior year the same way that Justin Herbert did.
And I think so too.
Because then, realistically, now obviously they're not to say they're all going to pan out like this, but next year's quarterback class could very easily compare to the COVID class. You know, Burrow, Tua, Herbert, Jordan Love. You could very easily have Aller, Ewers, Manning.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody else in there too. I can't remember now.
Uh, yeah, I can't think.
Because like I mean, like this year, I mean, the options are what?
Dylan Gabriel.
Shadur, Dylan Gabriel, who's like 25. Will Howard, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, is the
Single
accuracy
season ACC passing record holder, Kyle McCord. I mean,
and he threw a crap ton of picks this year.
noodle arm Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Jalen Milrow, the first Alabama quarterback to lose 3 games in Lord knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Ward, who is an insanely raw prospect, the same way that Anthony Richardson was.
Yeah.
And then you look at the free agent class. After Sam Darnold, it's Kirk Cousins. After that, it's nobody.
And maybe Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, who benched himself yesterday as well, by the way. Because well, they were down 33, so a little bit different, but still. And
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson again, maybe
And
if the Steelers pick him over Justin Fields.
yeah, it depends which one they pick.
Exactly.
So in one of the Steelers
But even then,
quarterbacks.
it's 35-year-old Kirk Cousins, 35-year-old Russell Wilson, 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, and 20-year-old Sam Darnold. After that's what? Mac?
Yeah.
Trey Lance?
Yeah.
Zach Wilson?
I could see one taking a flyer on Zach Wilson.
I
Call
could,
me
I could
crazy.
too. I could too. But you get next year. Next year is the good quarterback year again.
Yeah.
Next year is.
And I wouldn't be mad at us trading out of that pick now.
Yes.
Looking at it realistically,
Yes.
as long as you trade up for the guy you want next year.
Yes. You have to scout it the way you did when you drafted Baker.
Yes.
Like obviously you had the number pick, you didn't have to trade up for it, but you have to scout it the same way.
Yep.
You have to find your guy. You have to push all the chips in, or else you're going to continue to be absolute garbage for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yep.
Because if you do take a quarterback and you miss again, all your talent's going to want out, and it's over.
And your talent's threatening to one out already.
Yes, which is why you have to make a competitive move at quarterback this year, whether you draft one or not.
Right. You need to go get one.
Yes, absolutely.
And I would be fine with you not drafting one as long as you go get someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the Browns could even take another tackle. Like the Browns could move back and take a tackle too.
We need a couple offensive linemen.
Yes.
So yes.
Yes. The Browns and Patriots are both in similar spots in terms of their draft picks. Either
Yep.
they could take the guy that they want, like they probably should not, or they should trade back, get more assets for what they want to do in the next 2 years,
Which
and take a tackle.
I'm right now is assets.
Yes.
because is I wouldn't be fine. Kirk Cousins fancies work together.
Well, think about it this way: if one of the two quarterbacks is still sitting there at three, and you're not, and the Browns decide they don't want him, the Raiders are at eight. They'll pay.
No, they would pay. Yeah,
What are they gonna do? Run out Aiden O'Connell and Desmond Ritter again next year?
not happening.
Gardner Minshew?
Not happening. They will. They're going to try to trade up.
Exactly.
And if you're the Browns, I'm doing it. You're
Yes.
trading back to 8. Get Ash and Genty. That's fine.
Yeah.
Cleveland would. I think Cleveland would like that.
Yeah. I mean, like Ashton GTA. Well, and even if you get later, like later in the first round, like trade back and then just do a bunch of different stuff. Like even if you get like Scadaboo or Ollie Gordon like back into the first round or
Right.
with your second round pick, that's fine.
Right.
I mean, feel like realistically, if they trade back to eight, they take Will Campbell out of LSU to replace Cedric Wills immediately. You have Wills and DeJuan
Um.
Jones. I I I
Yeah.
I know you still have
I mean,
Conklin, but
I think Conklin's going to get traded, so we can get someone younger.
well, and that's exactly what you do because then you like obviously you need depth too. But if you
Um.
have Will Campbell and DeJuan Jones, like that, those are good tackles.
I think honestly, I want a right tackle and then keep the one at left. Be completely honest, but that's just me.
Well, I think it could be either way though.
Yeah,
I think
I think it could be either way too.
I think knowing that DeJuan has played both,
And
you
played
move
him,
him back to right tackle.
and he started to play well again when he got more healthy this season.
Yes. I think you are more likely to move DeJuan Jones if you draft a tackle, just because DeJuan has played less.
Right. I think it depends what side he wants to play more.
Do you know off the top of your head how big DeJuan Jones is?
He's like 6'6", 400
Really?
or just under 400. Cuz he was 400 at some point in the season. I don't
So
I don't know his height complete.
quick facts on Google says he's 6'8", 375.
Okay. I knew he was
So
big.
imagine 6'8", 375 covering your right edge. Imagine looking over to your left edge and saying 6'6", 325.
Two big
Yes.
beefy guys.
Yes. Trade back, take Will Campbell, trade out for one of the big three next year,
Yes.
take a running back at some point,
Yes. We
sign Kirk Cousins.
we solved the Browns' problems in one pod.
Yes, we sign us up, Barry.
Clayton, tell me what you think.
Yeah,
I think you would approve of this.
we're gonna need some hard Clayton tape review.
Yes.
That'll be a pod for next week. Clayton just reviewing this.
Clayton reviewing.
I'm sure he will be shaking his head the entire time. You know, good old reaction pod.
Yes. And
Reaction pod.
Leo can tell us about what the Cowboys need to do.
They need to draft Ashton Jitty. Sorry. That's
No,
all.
I would, they do. Honestly, they do. And we'll get more information on that next week. See if we can convince Matt to do the Seahawks. That would be fun.
Quarterback.
We'll see if we can get Matt to do that
No.
for the pod.
Loki. Jalen Milrow to the Seahawks
Maybe.
to learn from Gino.
Yeah,
Just maybe.
maybe. We'll see if we can get Matt to think about it.
Oh, I'll never
Yeah,
forget.
yeah.
But no, I think Scadaboo is a better fit for what the Browns can do than Genty.
That's fair.
Obviously, Genty is a literal menace, but Cam Scadaboo's got some real potential.
I would agree.
Like
I would be fine with either one.
that dude can run through brick walls.
I just want a good running back and a quarterback in the next 2 years. And then
Cam
us to be,
Scadaboo is literally the Kool-Aid man.
and then us to be good in 2029 when the new stadium opens.
Yeah, yeah. But no, you could literally draft a 6'6" monster for left tackle, and then draft the literal Kool-Aid man in round two, and you'll be thriving.
Yes.
with Kirk Cousins, by the way.
Yes.
None of this happens without Kirk O'Chains.
Yeah.
Kirk O'Chains and the Kool-Aid Man.
Give me Kirko James and the Kool-Aid Man. That
I don't even know that's his actual nickname, but I'm starting it now.
is that the pod?
Probably.
Oh yeah. This has been Hot Take Sports. I don't remember
I
what
was gonna
episode
say,
it
I
is.
mean, do we even? Well, we should probably do another quick update. Ohio State plays Oregon in the
Oh
Rose
yeah.
Bowl here in a couple of days. I'm
In
hoping that
in
Ohio State will win.
2025.
Yes, in 2025. It's hard to beat a team twice. Thankfully, this time we can't have our hearts broken to start the year. We'll have to wait a few hours.
More than a few, but
It can't happen right at midnight this
right.
time.
We can't start the year off depressed.
Exactly.
Amen. Oh
Um,
yeah.
your basketball team is good.
Yep.
Mine and Matt's are awful. Leo's traded D'Angelo Russell to the Nets for the third time.
Good thing they did. That should
Um,
help them.
yeah. Cavs 27-4. They're vibing high. Timberwolves are a play in team
Oh
right now.
yeah.
17 and
Depressed.
14. They have a winning record.
I get to watch them soon, actually.
Yes, Saturday.
Yes.
Yes. The Jazz are 7-23.
Hey, we saw them beat the Pistons though.
That is true. We did see them beat the Pistons.
And
And Keontae, I don't think Keontae George has played since.
and Tobias Harris, you suck. Moving on.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Um, Cracking or mid, the Blue Jackets might be worse. Nobody knows.
Um Blue Jackets would be good if they had one player, but rest in peace.
Have we talked since Josh Naylor got traded?
Oh yeah, Josh Naylor got traded, by
Oh
the
yeah,
way.
we
Um
banished Josh Naylor to the desert.
I'm very mid on that trade. How about you?
Um, of course I love Josh Naylor.
I
My
did
both of
too.
my City Connect jerseys are now useless to me. Um,
One of my jerseys are
but
useless to me.
Slade Ciccone has a lot of high upside breaking pitches, and something that kind of tells me that he's an underlying beast is the Rays were trying really hard for him at the trade deadline.
They usually have
And
good
the
pitching.
Rays know ball when it comes to pitching.
So do we.
Yes, we do. Which means if us and the Rays both wanted him, he has to be good in
He
that.
has major
He
potential.
has extremely high upside. We brought back Carlos Santana for his Thurston as well.
Is this his
Um,
final go around with us?
he wants to play. Oh, maybe with us, but he wants to play another 4 years.
That seems a lot for him.
He's 39. I don't know.
Mangiardo main first baseman this year.
They'll probably rotate in and out.
So
Santana's kind of like I think Santana's gonna mentor. Um,
the
Defensively, he is a huge upgrade over Naylor. A little bit of an offensive downgrade, but he also draws a lot more walks. So
true.
like higher OBP, a little bit less power, just because there's a 13-year
But
age gap.
he can also help mentor Joe Key.
Yes,
He
he's
can
gonna mentor Manzardo. He's gonna mentor Big Christmas.
yep.
Like he's going to mentor the power hitters of the future.
Yep. And honestly, that might be better than a Josh Taylor right
Yes,
now.
I love Josh Naylor. We weren't gonna pay him.
No. The guy I do want to pay is Stephen Kwan.
Yes.
I don't care how much he wants. Give him the money.
I mean, well, I don't even think we're done yet because they said that they were going to reallocate the funds that they saved. They already paid Bieber. That was before this. But I mean, they traded Jimenez, they traded Naylor. They gave Santana a little bit less than what Naylor was probably going to get in arbitration. Um, and I guess they were looking at Gleyber Torres before he signed with the Tigers. So they're still kind of thinking about potential guys at second base and right field. It's like they really might not be done yet.
Could you see them with the money they saved? Could you see them sending Stephen Kwan and Lane Thomas?
No, I I don't think there is a world where Lane Thomas is in Cleveland beyond this year.
Really? That's kind of sad.
Like I personally like Lane Thomas, but they also really like what they have in the outfield and the
Like
minors.
we if Tyler Freeman can hit like we all know he can,
Tyler Freeman's not an outfielder either.
you know, think so.
Tyler Freeman's going to be a utility bat for the rest of his career. A utility bench bat that can come in, it can rake sometimes, but now he can play six different positions. Like,
Do we see him get a stretch at second base this year?
no,
No.
no. You're
Um,
gonna, unless they bring someone in, it's going to be Arias and Brito getting the first two looks.
at second base.
Yes, and it wouldn't even shock me if Arias gets the first look.
I wouldn't be mad about that. I mean, I don't like RES,
No, but he went down and he's absolutely torched it.
but
He torched in AAA and he's torching the Mexican League.
he's been raking.
Yes, the bat is coming around.
If he can prove to me that he has a bat like he did in the Mexico League in AAA,
No,
I would be fine with it.
I was gonna say it's either Arias Redemption, which I'd be okay with, or Juan Brito, who had 20 homers and I think 39 doubles in AAA last year,
You also have to
and is a switch hitter.
you also have to remember in a couple of years you have a stud probably coming up.
Yeah. Well,
If
but
if not at the end of this year,
yeah, I mean,
next year for sure.
but Bazan will be up by next year for sure.
Yes.
Um, but uh, Burrito's a menace. There's a reason you trade Nolan Jones for him.
Mm-hmm.
Burrito's going to be a guy.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's all we have. Um,
Oh yeah.
this has been Hot Take Sports episode 167. Uh, Hot Take Sports 16 on all your socials. Go to HTS SeatGeek, $20 off your first purchase.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you all next week.
Give me the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah.